Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time we got ourselves some P2P tunnels working after a little bit of failure as troubleshooting, that thing where you're supposed to check if you plug it in and then check if the items are set properly. Forgot that and started messing with a whole bunch of stuff we didn't need to. But got a couple things planned, and hopefully we can get them all done today. The first thing, somebody made a really good point. I wander all over the place to try to find my access terminal so that I can get anything done. So today we're going to start with trying to get this thing made up. We already have both of those out, so what we need to do is we need to make the rest of everything else that's in there, as well as we can get that stuff ready. And then the other part that we need is these wireless receivers, which I think for everything but the Fluix pearls we can do. I do think we can actually get Fluix pearls auto-craftable as well. Fluix pearl, because it is literally just an Eye of Ender and some Fluix dust. So go ahead and grab that recipe. Go find ourselves. I think we have HV chemical reactors over here, but let's go see. I don't remember if I hooked up the clean room one or not. I have. And this will do it a little bit faster, so I'd rather put it in here for now. If I really have to move it out later, I will, but I can always upgrade that pattern provider first, and then move it out if I need to. Now we're going to go back down to the crafting one, as we're going to have to craft the stuff down there. We are going to need 3 of these, as I will need a wireless access point on all of them. Or not all of them, but both areas, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and read that up while we're waiting for some of this stuff. So it allows wireless access of a wireless terminal. Range and power usage is determined based on the number of wireless boosters installed. Network can have any number of wireless access points with any number of wireless booster in each one, allowing you to optimize power usage and range by altering your setup. It does require a channel. That doesn't matter to us because we're not playing with channels right now. And then also used to bind wireless terminals. Wireless boosters, little chip. Okay. So, make sure everything is crafting itself up. Looks like we're still working on that. Where's our sensor at? Oh, you know what I didn't set up? I didn't set up the eject point. So even though it's doing its thing, do that. There we go. And now, we'll take a look. Looks like it got everything else done. We can make ourselves the little wireless receiver. There's one of those. We need it to craft up enough for a second one. But in the meantime, we should be able to craft up all of these now. Make ourselves a little wireless terminal. I guess we ended up using those chips, so we're going to have to set some of those to process up. But kind of, this is going to be so much more helpful than trying to run around and try to find one. I do want to make it a crafting terminal one, because if we make it a crafting terminal, then we can actually use it for the auto crafting stuff too. Okay, we should be able to make another one of those wireless receivers. So nope, we're still waiting on the Where is it? That one's almost done. We are waiting on this, which needs microprocessors. Looks like the 2 regular ones are already finished. So now we can make our wireless terminal. That needs to charge up, so we actually are probably going to have to start working on holding on to larger batteries, as this is not... Oh, maybe it will cut it. But now... Oh, we still need the wireless access terminal, silly me. So now we can pull out our... Oh no. I need my wrench and screwdriver. Screwdriver. Wrench. Should be able to make another one of those. Now we just need to put that together with some titanium pieces. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, and we've got our wireless access point. We do need to make one more so we can have an access point in the other area, but now we can just pop this on up right here in the middle of where everything is going to be at. Maybe like right there. And then link it. There we go. And there we go. Now we can actually use it. Now, my only question, I'm going to have to find this out, is if I put it, and I link it to 2 separate ones. So I guess this is something else to find out. That's too far away. How close do I gotta be? Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna want boosters on that already, and I'll probably have to shift it down to the middle of the base so we can actually access that. That's interesting that it finally popped that up, even though I've done it already 3 times this episode. And done it even more before. Unless... Wait, is that because... That's dope! I didn't realize that. So it tells me when the auto-crafting stuff is complete. That is cool. So now we should be able to make another wireless access... Oh, we gotta wait the receiver first, and then we can make the access point. And then... the last thing we need to do is we need to make these things. There's that and that. And there we go. So now I can access it. Oh, it's got to recharge one more time. So let's go grab out some new batteries while we're waiting on that. Oh, and we've got to relink it too. Okay. So link it to the system. Now I can craft directly into this thing. Oh. What? You're telling me that I can... I can quantum bridge this thing? What? That's cool. Make another receiver. I don't think we would need the second receiver yet, then. We just have to quantum bridge it. Which means if I make another quantum bridge, which I actually, funny enough, have something to quantum bridge into. So let's look at that really quick. Open the guide for it. Wireless terminals are portable versions, regular wired terminals. They have the exact same UI as the wired counterports. In order to pair them with the network, insert the terminal to the top right side of the wireless access point connected to the network. They must be within range of an ME wireless access point to function. Their energy can be recharged in a charger. Your basic terminal is now portable. Upgrades, we got the wireless terminal, supports the following upgrades: energy cards, Okay. So we don't want some booster cards in this thing. There was something in here. I think it's in the next one. Yeah, so the infinite wireless range is in the next one. So we have to wait on that. I just kind of find it interesting that there's a quantum bridge thing. So what about boost? Ooh, the only problem is we keep running lower and lower on here. Power. We get boosters. What can we get for boosters? Oh, that's not too bad. Can we auto-craft that pretty easily? Boom. Recipe for that. Boom. Just need a recipe for the brass rods. Which we also then need a recipe for the brass. Which we could just do that one. And then we need a recipe for quartzite. We should be able to get that through an autoclave. Just like that. And remove that because we're automatically importing that in there. Now we just gotta find all the spots they go to. So both of these are regular crafting recipes. Right, 1, 2. Yep, both of them are crafting recipes, so they can go in there. We need our alloy smelter. And our extruder. And then our autoclave. Now we should be able to make ourselves 10 of these booster cards. We'll make ourselves the second wireless access point. I thought we already had all of that stuff. Wireless access point. Where did it go? Right there. This UI is actually pretty cool. And the fact that I can put some cells in it as well, that's awesome. Oh, that's how we change it. Like the tall ones. Can we do that over here too? Did it! I like that. Okay, while we wait for that to start processing up, we do have a few things that we need to look at trying to get done. HSS-G coils. So we need to get ourselves some HSS-G ingots. So to craft those up, we do need to make the molten HSS-G. We could do it through this way, but I find doing it in this will be a lot easier. So we need tungsteel dust, we need vanadium, molybdenum, and helium with a 14. Oh, I really hope that there's not too many circuited ones for the blast furnace, because that'll be a pain. So let's go ahead and set that up in the crafting terminal. And then we'll do that. Only other one we're going to want to make sure we have is we need tungsteel. And so to make the tungsteel dust, we need steel and tungsten, which we have both of those available to craft them. So we can do that in the mixer. Did that have to be done in a more advanced? It does have to be in an EV mixer. Now the question is, where is that? Do I have it linked up? Or auto processing? Probably not. Now I have one somewhere. There it is. But it is not hooked up for auto processing of anything. So let's go slip that on in here. I'm going to try and see if this will work, because we have the input bus and the input hatch on this one block. But I do need to get this set up to auto craft and then return back into the system. I think we can do connecting it right there, it looks like. We're good. Just need to grab out the right backpack, branch over some cable, and then we should be able to maybe? Okay. Into my butt. There we go. That is now set up, and now we can just say, grab ourselves that and say, put that in this mixer. Now, should be able to order up. Oh, we also need to not request that. We need to request. We need to go grab that pattern and change it. Where is it? So that makes. Well, I'm gonna have to do some quick math here. And how about grab a calculator app? Calculator. Okay, so we've got 1.296. So we got 1296. 1296 divided by 144. That's 9 ingots. Okay. We get 9 ingots from that recipe. Now we just got to go back and fix it. And so this is not this. It's going to be that, and then it's going to be 9. So hopefully the way that this will process, the way that we've set it up to anyways, is that I can put it in there, and we can put this to a number 14. We should be able to order it. I don't have the wireless access point ready, I don't think. So let's go back over and see if I can get that wireless access point made now. Got the booster. Wireless access point is right there. Okay, not what I want. There's that. I wanted to put 5 in each one, so let's see what that does. So now the range is at 27. So that's still not accessible all the way out here, so I can only do it. That's crazy. We're gonna need like 10 of them in there. Order another 10 of them. But in the meantime, we can go over here, add a wireless access point somewhere here in the center. And then that's where we'll put that in there. Now, we can access the network still, so that's good. So need to find that hole, get back up here. Can I access it all the way over here? How far can I go? I can do it right here. We're good. Okay. But now we need our HSS-G. Now we're going to craft up 9. Says I'll need that much stuff. Go ahead and do that, and we should see it process by sending it over here. That needs to be on a 1, though. Let's let that do its thing, and then we need it to output backwards. And then also be able to receive input from the back. So that's the first little bit. Now we just gotta watch over here. Will it put them in their appropriate spots? Or is it have a problem with that? It's like it has a problem with it somehow. So I wonder... if I do this... do I have... I don't have 2 export buses, but we can try out this. So what if I do this, and then attach it there? Does that work? Does not work. Ooh, so get the wireless booster cards up and running. I think this is a job for the P2P tunnel, to be honest. So let's craft up a few more of those after we get those out. Need ourselves P2P tunnels, and we're going to need another 2. That should suffice for what we need. And then let's add 10 more booster cards in this thing. Or sorry, 5 more. Get it up to 10. Looks like our P2P tunnels are done. We should have another one in here. We do. Okay. So we're going to take our wrench. And wrench it down one more. And we're going to say... actually, we didn't need to wrench it down one more. We can just have it come up. We are going to need ourselves another lock mind out, though. We're going to have our P2P tunnel. And then just do this. P2P, P2P. And then... oh, that's not the right one. We need our pattern thing first. That is where the pattern goes. Our P2P tunnels. And then we need blue one here. We'll do an orange one next to it. With our quartz fiber. And orange, 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 and orange. Okay. Tune them all properly. And then say... memory card, wipe. Grab the new configuration, put the outputs. Now, the question is if I go cancel that thing, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there? Cancel. Okay. We wanted to get our booster cards in here. That'll extend it out to 49 meters, which means I should be able to access it from the platform over here. Check in the basement later. So we want to get this running first. So let's go for that HSS ingots first. If we craft 1, that'll craft the 9. Now, does that output the items? Does not. The only other method I could think of doing is going to be a little bit different. Pattern. Okay, we don't care. They're all online. I guess one thing to check is, does my steel still work? Make like 10. It says it's failed to set up recipe. And why would that be? We just need oxygen. Oh, is it because the output bus isn't big enough? Because the output bus isn't big enough. Got it. So we need output. We need 2 of our LV output buses. Hopefully that'll finish up pretty quickly. So the only thing I can think of to get this running... That was nice and quick. So we need to break. Oop. And break. And then one thing we are going to actually have to do is make sure this doesn't have the whitelist filter on it. It just has the blacklist filter on it. And then that should be able to take out... It's doing that. We're good. Okay. That'll allow it to take out the ashes too if we ever make ashes. So that's working without the controller. Which makes me think that the thing I need to do for this is we need to put the pattern into storage for stuff. So we will need some sort of way to store the items. So what if, instead of this, and get rid of those, we do an interface. And then we try this again with an interface, maybe? And then we just need our import or exports. So we got 1. So does that work now? Did that pump our... Probably going to have to ask for more stuff, because it is probably confused at what it's doing. Let's get ourselves an export crafting, and we will go cancel the original order and try it again. That's the only thing I can think of that would fix our problem. Would be import or export buses with an interface as a storage. Okay, that's done. I actually like that it tells you when it's done. So we should be able to now request a thing. HSS. Request it. Start it. It should pump all of those items over here to the interface. It is not. What about a storage bus? Let's try a storage bus. The other problem we're going to have is, like, right now we could totally use the helium just directly into the one thing, into like a single container. But in the future, we're going to need multiple liquids to go in, so we got to set it up so it can handle the multiple liquids. So that's the only issue that I'm having with this setup, is trying to figure out how that's going to work. What if I do... storage bus on it. It doesn't seem like that works either. Hmm. And what if I get an inverter card? That fix anything? Still does not fix anything. Oh boy, oh boy. I'll be right back while I try to figure something else with this. All right. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but as I was reading it and looking at it, thought process hit my mind. What if instead we use the block? Means we can get rid of this, and then we say we want our item pipes to go over here and wrench into there. And we make ourselves 2 of the by 4 quadruple pipes and do the same thing. Now, maybe, just maybe, that might work. I do think we have to cancel and restart it one more time. Cancel. And then we'll go back and restart it. It's over here. Now, maybe this will work. Let's try it. Still no. I am kind of clueless on how this is supposed to work then. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Oh boy. Okay. So it's saying that we might be able to do it if we get rid of the pipes. Try this one more time. Oh boy, where is our that one? There. Interface. There. Storage bus. We're going to need 2 inverter cards as well. We'd have our inverter. Need a second one of those. And then we need another storage bus. And hopefully, that is all we need there. We will need to hook it up again to the thing. And that should work. So again, 5 cables. 1 there. Power on. Put in the pattern. Holy cow. That was, we don't even need the inverter cards. And now we're making our HSS-G, which it'll make all of that bucket. or the 1.296 buckets. I will give it a second, and once it is almost done, I'll come back. This is the last thing we're going to try to look at. Alright, now for the moment of truth. Got 10 seconds left, and then we will make sure that it gets piped over. I've already set up a subnet to pipe it over to the freezer over there. You're going to make sure it goes over into the freezer. Okay, so it came out to the output. The interface is online. Export bus. Let's put in one of these. You can't put it in. I think this is another storage bus fix. Let's go ahead and pull those out so we have those for later. Storage bus. Amount of times that you end up hitting caps lock when you're not paying attention as you're moving around is a little bit insane. Especially because I got my keyboard on a little keyboard tray that hides under my desk. It's kind of a way to keep my desktop, or desk, a little bit clearer. So now if we, does that work? Well, it's now over here. Is there... Oh, we need a mold? Bruh. I don't know if I have a mold prep for this. Well, let's go ahead and make one, I guess. So we need steel plates. And go roll that through one up top with a 4. Oh, and then that went in where I don't want it. I'm going to need that out, and then we're going to need a bigger input hatch. So we need a input hatch. There we go. Input bus is what we want. And then we need our mold. There we go. And to make ourselves the ingot mold, we need our hammer. So that's going to be in my backpack. That is... But don't tell me it's in the crafting terminal. It's not. It's in a different backpack. Nope, it's just a different color. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Ingot mold. Let us go replace the input bus. Where is that at? Freezer. This is our input bus. Oh, it is a larger one, so we can go ahead and put the mold in. There we go. And now we're getting our ingots. Bunch of little things, totally forgot. And the great part about that is that'll help us get into our new coils, which are right there. So we need tungsten carbide and a load of HSS-G wire. And then liquid tungsten. That's a crazy amount of tungsten for that. But that will allow us to upgrade our furnaces yet again. So I will prep all of the stuff for that so that we can upgrade our furnaces. next time. In the meantime, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe. Bye.